We're going. Get my music ready. Oh, we didn't forgot to hit the tunes.
It's okay. We have a show tonight.
Sure.
We can do it tonight.
Yeah, we'll get to it at some point today.
I'm gonna need it to wake me up later.
Yes. Yeah.
After the 9.5 hour pay-per-view.
Yeah, it feels like it's
Just
long pay-per-view.
Just kidding. That's too short.
I did see that tweet exchange that you had with somebody. I forget who it was. That was talking about how like they cut the pre-show to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, it was like it's too long. And I was like, well, then they just added more matches to the show.
I was like, wait, what? Which is weird because they say it starts at 7, so I don't think they really could.
I mean, some of these matches are going to be short, I have to imagine. I just don't know where.
I mean, I hope Jade Cargill literally beats out of Jay in a minute.
That'd be fun. All right, here we go. 3. I have my volume up on my phone. I should probably check that first. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Ring Post Radio, the only show that does 2 shows in one day. That's right. No other podcast does 2 shows in one days, other than us. I'm your host, Ryan Knightsey. With me, as always, Scotty Edwards. Scotty, how are you doing?
I was trying to check to make sure my volume was working.
Yeah.
And you just came right at me, so I didn't get to hear whether it was working or not, but probably helps if I talk. So I'm doing well. I have many thoughts today, which is good because we have 2 shows today, like you said. So I'm gonna have like 4 hours of thoughts for everyone by the end of today, which is Sunday, day before Memorial Day. Should be an action-packed day because obviously it is double or nothing day.
Yes.
Some people take that a little bit more seriously than others, but nonetheless, I'm excited. Wrestling, big weekend, big coming month as well. I mean, we're here on May 29th, and to think that today isn't even the biggest wrestling day of the year or wrestling weekend of the year in the next month is kind of crazy because in about a month, we have a Forbidden Door event as well.
Yep.
That should be insane. Yeah. So lots to look forward to.
And yes, that other show we're talking about is we're going to be doing a, not a live stream. You and I will be recording a Double or Nothing live reaction, which will go up on the podcast feed for Ring Post Radio tomorrow. So everyone can go check that out. Make sure you subscribe. If you're watching us right now, there's a QR code that you can subscribe to the podcast feeds. And we're gonna be there. Assuming Scotty doesn't have a flight to catch, we'll all be there at the Double or Nothing live reaction.
I don't know, man. I think it's time you pay me more.
Really? You get paid?
Oh. Shit. That's embarrassing.
Maybe. Well, if you want to get paid more, you're gonna have to do more episodes. And I think
looks like I'm gonna have to leave. See ya.
Oh no. Anyways, I'm going off to Florida. We're excited. Lots of stuff to talk about today. Obviously, we're gonna be talking about the big news that came out over the weekend. I mean, the weekend, literally like less than 12 hours ago. Maybe?
Obviously, is that WWE has left Allegiant Stadium for a much smaller arena for Money in the Bank.
That is big news, and it's very funny news.
My favorite part of it is that Roman Reigns, Ronda Rousey, and Brock Lesnar are no longer advertised for Money in the Bank. That was my favorite part.
I presume Sasha and Naomi are also not advertised for Money in the Bank.
I would assume not. Wow.
Guess.
You know what's crazy? We haven't heard anything about that story since we talked about it last week.
I think the only update for that story is that they're getting suspended without pay, which is like, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
I expect him to get paid while sitting at home.
Yeah, so I think Lance Storm tweeted out that would be a vacation if they got suspended with pay. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about reviewing Rev Pro's Epic Encounter show, the show that you and I both really enjoyed.
Hey, now speak for yourself.
Okay, I will. We're going to give a little update on the BOST, the New Japan Best of Super Juniors 29. I think this was the week that it kicked up a couple gears.
It was a long week.
It was a long week. We're going to preview next week's Hell in a Cell, not NXT TakeOver. It's not on the run sheet because I discovered TakeOver is happening this Saturday. I discovered that show was happening 10 minutes ago.
I mean, let's be honest. No one gives a shit about it.
No, it's in the dirt. NXT
I know I don't.
Dirt. We're going to be reviewing Stardom Flashing Champions. A show that took place in Stardom yesterday as well. That was also a good show that I think both of us very much enjoyed.
I mean, I enjoyed that show compared to Rev Pro.
I guess that's fair. And we're gonna give just a quick little update on Double or Nothing because there's been matches finalized and matches added. Even though we gave a big preview last week.
Say the elephant in the room.
Yeah. So the elephant in the room is that apparently. This is coming.
Didn't get on the plane.
Well, yeah. So according to Fightful, Shawn Ross Sapp of Fightful, apparently MJF did not show up for a meet and greet at the Fan Fest for Double or Nothing yesterday. He simply did not show up. They tried to get a hold of him. They couldn't. Then Shawn Ross Sapp said that a flight was booked for MJF, or Red Eye from Las Vegas to Newark, so that he seemingly wouldn't be at the pay-per-view. Overnight it came out that he didn't go on the flight. He's still in Las Vegas. This whole situation is crazy. All of this seeming to stem from consistent arguments about MJF's contract, seemingly, and how he wants more money but doesn't want more time, but I don't know how that would work necessarily in the mid of a contract.
It's a restructure.
Yeah, restructuring of a contract, which doesn't really happen too much, but maybe it should.
I have many thoughts.
Tony Khan says that he's open to giving MJF more money, so I don't know where the issue really lies. Scotty, what do you think about all this MJF nonsense?
Oh, there's so much to think about this. There's so much. I was thinking about it all morning of like connecting dots because you kind of have some clowns online saying one thing and non-clowns, the listeners of Riggs Post Radio, of course, non-clowns, saying other. There's a lot here, obviously. And the fact of the matter is the person somehow with the leverage is MJF. It is MJF. It isn't Tony Khan. It's MJF. When we get reports and we get news items that say WWE, Fox, and NBC all want that man on their television screens as soon as possible, guess who has the leverage? It's MJF. And okay, so let's start from the beginning, obviously, of the main part, the contract. I see people say, oh, well, in sports, people don't, want to get out of their rookie contracts and not sign an extension. It's people just don't get it. I learned a lot of people don't follow sports enough here. There are multiple circumstances, in even right now, there's a quarterback named Kyler Murray who wants more money, obviously an extension, but he wants more money because he's on his rookie contract, okay? This happens every season. There's someone that sits out because they want a new deal. And majority of the reason the new deal is because they want an extension. They want that more money. But this is wrestling, everybody. And the term of, well, it's his rookie contract. You can't do that. This is professional wrestling. He can be booked to be the biggest star in the company at any time. Contracts in sports, all those depend on his performance. You have to play to earn that. But MJF, he's had the performance part. There's a reason he's a featured talent. But we have reached a point where he is one of the top stars on the brand. He just had maybe the biggest feud in AEW with CM Punk, the highest paid man in that company. Not a question. It's the truth. He's the highest paid man in that company.
Someone argue that he has the best built match on the card right now for Double or Nothing.
Yes. CM Punk or MJF?
MJF.
Oh, I was going to say it fits either one.
True, but I'd say the competition between the two, for me, I would say MJF, yeah.
Also, much longer story.
Sure.
But yes. That's the whole difference here. Everyone's trying to be like, oh, well, people don't do this in sports. This is professional wrestling. MJF can be on the bottom of the card or top of the card by the simpleness of Tony Khan booking him. That's how this works. But he is so good that he got to the top of the card with ease. He's not a world champion. He's only had one world title match. He's never had a title, yet he's a main attraction to these shows. He's on AEW, Dynamite, or Rampage. I don't think he's ever been on Rampage, actually. I think he's been on Dynamite every single week. And the whole conversation here is like, oh, well, why does he want more money? Because why wouldn't he want more money? He's watching all these former WWE guys walk in there and get bigger contracts than him. There is a reason Cody Rhodes is gone. I don't care what he says. Oh, I want to chase the big one. Buddy, your importance fell. We know this. Yeah. And that's okay. And Cody went and did what he had to do. And now he's the biggest star in WWE pretty much. Mm-hmm. Outside of, a handful of people. But he feels like a massive star there. MJF now is in a situation where this is what happens when competition is created. WWE is no longer the NFL. Now it's broken into teams with AEW coming in. We went from one league to multiple teams here that have interest in these wrestlers. And that only benefits MJF. He could sit out right now if he wanted to, which doesn't sound like he will. I don't think he will. But he could. The anger is clearly there. He wants more money. And if they're smart, they're going to give it to him. But at the same time, if you're Tony Khan, you have to set a precedent. You can't let your talent walk over you like this either. You can't do that. Otherwise, in, 2 years, your next other big young star is going to do the same to get more money. You got to set a precedent.
Yep.
But if you're going to be the guy that's all about the talent, making the talent happy, then you got to make one of your biggest stars happy, who's probably on that rookie contract. It's not a rookie contract. I'm sure he gets paid fine, but he's on that original contract. And people are like, well, why, if he's not going to sign an extension, then why would they give him more money? It's called reconstructing the contract, giving him a bonus or giving him extra money. It's very simple. These things happen all the time. Mm-hmm. People change contracts all the time, not rookie ones, but that's the point I'm trying to say here. This isn't a rookie contract. This is a pro wrestling contract. There's no rookie contracts. A rookie contract is when he was signed to MLW, if anything. Okay? So, stop. Just stop with the rookie contract nonsense. This is a contract that they came to an agreement on. Mm-hmm. And yes, you should honor that agreement. But at the same time, a lot has changed in AEW since they agreed on that contract. So I see his frustration. I understand his frustration. If he's going to be booked as a main event player, he needs to get main event money.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. And all of that, with the sports comparisons and this and that, this is pro wrestling. It comes down to that. We watched people walk out of WWE into WCW. We watched that happen. That is a thing that happened because of, guess what? Money.
And conversely, people walking out of WCW to go into WWE for, guess what? Money.
It works both ways. And that's what happens when competition is alive. If MJF wants to, the ball is in his court. He can do whatever he wants because everyone wants him.
Yeah. This is classic old school territory, Attitude Era. Like the stuff that people liked about the Attitude Era, people popping back and forth. This is that, this is what this is. Whether or not this is a work, which if it is, it's a bad one. It's a dumb one. If this is what was planned, I don't think this is a good idea. It makes your company look good. I get it. It's the guy that's the heel guy that does all these things inside and outside the ring. But it's a bad looking work because it makes your company look dumb and looks TK look dumb and looks like MJF is like a bad employee, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
I get it. The guy's a star. Who knows? I don't know how much money he's making in AEW. If he's making, he's not making jobber money, but he's not making high-end money. But he recognizes that he probably should be making more money than he currently does because of the position he is in and the amount of other talent that are coming in. You talked about other talent coming in and also making money. Guess who else? And that's the other thing about that is that the talent is coming in and who they want to work with. A bunch of people, but one of those people is MJF. A consistent name on people's list is that he's a guy that people see a lot in. People see a star in. I don't disagree with MJF saying I deserve more money. If this is how he's handling it, I don't think it's the best way of how you handle it. I think you just wait until your contract comes up in a year from now and work the money that way. Because right now, it looks like you're trying to get out of your contract, which is a bold move, man. But I don't know.
Is it though? Because if he gets out of his contract, guess who's going to give him a boatload of money?
That is true. I mean, in his way, it's not.
He
a dumb
wins.
Decision.
That's the thing. He wins.
It's a win-win for him either way.
He can't lose in this situation. Sure, people are going to see him one way. Oh, guess what? If people start to dislike him more, oh no, he's going to be a bigger heel. Oh God. Like no one can work around this.
Yeah.
Like he wins. He just wins.
Plus, if he goes to WWE, then it makes that product better. And isn't that something we also all want? Is WWE to be better?
Yeah.
To be fair, the things that we want to be better is things that MJF and Cody aren't going to go into WWE aren't going to change. But
no, but I will say like Cody is like the one watchable thing right now per se. But think about it this way: if you were to have a draft, you put all WWE's talent in there, you put all of AEW's talent in there, and you had a draft to build your future, right? Build your future because you don't want to just pick like guys that are going to retire in a year or two. You want to build your next 10 years, next 15 years. MJF is going to be very high on that draft, potentially one, right? Like that's the way to look at it. He knows his value. He does. And that's a dangerous thing when someone knows their value at such a young age.
Yeah.
Not even in his prime yet. Not even close to his prime yet. Your prime in wrestling's like 35 to like 42 or something like that. Like that's your prime in professional wrestling. He's a decade away from his prime per se. And he's already this good. So I get it. I do get it because he knows he's that good. And if he's going to be a main eventer, if he's going to potentially be an AEW world champion, which I think we all agree, if he stays, which I do think he does, he's going to get that title and he's going to be the main attraction because even without that title, his segments are the ones people want to watch.
Yep. Because
of how good he is at professional wrestling. Now, I do agree with you going about it in missing a meet and greet. That's kind of shitty, obviously, because, the fans are ultimately who matter most at times. Yep. But at the same time, you got to do what you got to do. That's like missing training camp per se. Like when athletes miss training camp, it's like missing something. But I do think he wrestles on the pay-per-view tonight. I do. Mm-hmm. I definitely do. I think he wrestles on the pay-per-view night. I think no matter what, we're going to get an entertaining watch. That's what we're going to get. We're going to be sitting there, all of us, with AEW Double or Nothing on, and we're just going to be like, so is he going to show up? and they're going to acknowledge it. They're going to acknowledge this on screen. They're absolutely going to acknowledge it. I watched WWE acknowledge Sasha Banks and Naomi leaving. So if they're going to acknowledge something, AEW absolutely will. And
I was about to say, let's talk about the reverse. This is something that, hasn't really happened in this way with AEW and Tony Khan before. Yeah,
Right.
there's kind of the Cody thing, but which was for the most part kept under wraps, as much as it was, and seemingly more amicable than we realized. But this is something that seemingly seems uglier than even the Cody stuff, right? So,
way uglier.
so looking at it from the AEW perspective is like seeing how are they going to react. They still acknowledge Cody. They still, mention his name every once in a while. Are they going to keep acknowledging MJF? Are they going to bring this up on TV? Like you said, with the Sasha Banks and Naomi situation. So are they going to do something like that? How is AEW going to respond to this? And how, if it did happen, if they did get rid of MJF, they would lose Cody, they would lose MJF. How does that affect AEW?
Adds up after a while. It adds up.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they have the talent that if MJF walked out the door tomorrow, they would be fine. But MJF is a talent that you do not want to lose.
Yep.
He is a franchise type player. He is someone to build around. And it's the craziest thing about MJF. I think I've talked to people about this, and as good of a heel he is, one day he's going to be an amazing babyface. Like we're far away from ever seeing it. But a lot of the time, the best heels can be some of the best baby faces. And you just see it when he's in Long Island. You see like how easy it is for him to embrace those type things. So it's just exciting in some ways to watch happen. Tony Khan's going to need to pay this guy, obviously.
Yeah.
He's not going to sign an extension. He's not. He's 2 years away from free agency. And he clearly wants to just see. And I get that. I get wanting to see what people are going to bring you. Because if in the end you're going for money and only money, there's a chance WWE going to give you more. I don't know how much CM Punk's being paid. I don't. But if they want him enough, they're going to give him top talent money.
Yeah.
And I think AEW is going to have to do the same.
And TK has been on record saying that he is willing to meet MJF at the table and give him more money. I agree. It's like, how do you restructure this contract without adding more dates? If you're giving him more money, how do you do that without an extension? How do you do that with any of this stuff? I don't know. That's something for lawyers and them to negotiate over. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, that ain't my problem. I just watch.
Yeah, all I'm here is to see how it's happening. But it definitely, it draws more eyes to Double or Nothing. If this is a work or a shoot or whatever the hell is happening, it's definitely got people talking about it. Not all good news is good news. Not all bad news is bad news. It's news is news. It's going to have people link to, hey, this stuff is happening at Double or Nothing. What's Double or Nothing, you say? And then people might get interested in watching.
Controversy goes a long way.
A fan of AEW has once said that controversy creates cash. So I'm sure that that is, maybe who knows? Maybe that's what's happening. It's very suspect. My whole thing about like the work aspect of it all is just someone telling an outside source telling Shawn Ross Sapp that a flight has been booked. I was like, what a specific thing is like a flight has been booked. Cool. All right.
Imagine, so
and to be honest, it's clear. It's like we also have no idea what's happening. This could be about this. We're all speculating that it is about contract. It is about money. It could be.
We don't know.
It could be a personal issue. Who the heck knows?
Yep.
Maybe something happened in New Jersey that he has to go back home, or Long Island that he has to go back home to. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know, obviously, and it's easy to assume it's contract because we know those problems exist.
Yep.
So like that conversation part of that still lasts. Obviously, still counts, still matters, but it could be like that flight booked could have been one way or the other. Obviously, it was reported that he didn't get on the plane, which made me. Have you ever seen Friends?
The television show?
Yeah, I don't know what else I would have meant.
Just like my friends in real life.
Oh.
No, I've never seen Friends in my life.
Oh, well,
Not once, not a single image. I've seen images, but I've never seen Friends.
Okay, well, there's this in the finale, the main, like the two main characters, like she's going away like to work in France or something, and she's going on the plane, and the guy called or something, or tried to he went to the airport.
I know the names of the characters.
Okay, Ross tried to stop her from going because he loved her or whatever.
Yeah,
but she got on the plane, and then she calls him like his house and like, I gotta get off the plane. And then he's like, let her get off the plane. Did she get off the plane? I'm like, this is Tony Khan and MJF. This is what's happening. And then she opens the door and she's like, I got off the plane. And that's exactly what we're gonna see tonight. MJF's just be like, I got off the plane.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna embrace, and he's gonna get a lot of money, and he's gonna make AEW a lot of money, and it's gonna be great.
Oodles and boodles of cash.
Yeah, but what a fun time, huh?
Yeah, what a story that broke out less than
my excitement for Double or Nothing was already through the roof. We have a main event that is the biggest in AEW history. We got a feud where Wardlow's gonna try to get an AEW contract, maybe if MJF's there. I love
that part of the story is that Wardlow can never get a contract if he never beats MJF for one.
It's smart thinking in my mind. What else do we got? We got tag team titles on the line. Please have new champions. We got 3 women's matches on a pay-per-view. Holy shit.
Do you want to talk about
we got a terrible Owen Hart women's final.
Do you want to? Okay, so let's talk about that. So that we did a big preview of Double or Nothing last week, but obviously we got
you were right.
We got the finals figured out. Well, no, I wasn't right because I said Chris as well. I said Chris versus Britt Baker as well.
I forgot that somehow ended up being the worst part of what was
because I was
odd week of picking.
I was pitching, Soho and Storm versus Hater and Rebel, where I got backlash for having Rebel on television.
In a match.
Yeah, well, yeah. So it looks like the finals of the Owens Hart men's tournament is Samoa Joe versus Adam Cole, and the finals of the women's tournament is Ruby Soho versus Britt Baker. Another additional match. We got 2 more additional matches on top of all this.
Neither of them are on the buy-in, folks.
None of this on the buy-in. The main card currently has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12 matches. Including 1 match in the buy-in. 13 matches. Strap in, folks. So we got those 2 Owen Hart matches figured out. We also announced on Rampage Kyle O'Reilly versus Darby Allin. Darby kind of alludes to Sting being injured because of Kyle O'Reilly. This is kind of what is cause of this match. Kind of makes me think that this would have been Sting and Darby versus Red Dragon. And of course, we have another 6-man tag team match that I know for a fact that Scotty is super ready to watch. And that is, of course, Frankie Kazarian, Sammy Guevara, and Ty Conti versus Ethan Page, Scorpio Sky with that new beautiful belt, and the debut of Paige Van Zandt.
I'm pretty sure I predicted this last week on the show. Thank you.
I'm pretty sure you did. So
to exact, actually. Yeah. So credit to me. Shibuya, whatever the fuck you want to say.
Yeah, get those Nikes on and start taking that victory lap. Man.
Yeah. Do I get a belt like Scorpio Sky?
It's in the mail. It's on a plane.
Oh, sweet. Because that's a good belt. There's a lot of...
It's on a plane to Newark.
We previewed it last week, obviously, so people heard it. I still think it was the right move, but I didn't expect him to add, random match here and random match there. Darby versus Kyle O'Reilly makes no sense. I understand there's a story, but at the same time, it's just have this main event Dynamite. It doesn't need to be a pay-per-view match. The TNT match could be the best match in TNT title history, and here's why. If Paige Van Zandt makes Ty Conti tap out, I never got to see Sammy Guevara or Frankie Kazarian challenge for the title again. And that's a win.
That's a win, baby.
That's a win. Paige Van Zandt losing her first match would be dumb, by the way. What else? Oh, the women's Owen tournament final.
That semifinal match didn't really go over too well with the crowd, did it?
Well, one of them didn't go over too well with the online community, and the other one didn't go over too well with anyone. Anyone. So obviously Britt Baker won in a very odd way. It wasn't clean at all. Jamie Hayter seemed to be
standing
late, early.
I don't know.
Something. I don't know what Stu was supposed to do. It was very weird.
Yeah.
But Britt Baker holds the rope, makes Tony Storm win. So credit to Ryan. He said Britt Baker would be in the match. I said it makes no sense to me. Still doesn't make sense to me.
Here's the thing. I get it. People don't like Britt Baker. People don't like how she wrestles. It kind of feels like she's stalled a little bit on her wrestling. But in this company, we're not going to have a pay-per-view without Britt Baker. I mean, come on, guys. let's get real here.
Well, if we're just giving matches to Darby Allin, we could have just gave a match to Britt Baker. I'm just saying.
I guess that is.
But okay, so she makes it in, and you're like, oh, whatever.
You're like, all right, Britt versus Chris. That's a pretty good match.
Yeah. And then on Rampage, Chris and Ruby have a very solid match. Very good match. One of the better matches of the tournament / qualifier for either one. I thought it was very good, very entertaining. But you would have thought that the biggest heel in the company won the AEW World Championship or the AEW Women's Championship, because my God, the crowd turned instantly.
Yeah,
they rose up like it was picture perfect in a way. I was like, Ruby Soho's on a heel. It's like, oh shit, people want Chris to win that bad.
That was probably the loudest booze,
which is great for her.
That's probably the loudest booze I've heard in the women's division in a while.
Maybe ever. The woman, well, the thing is the heel, right, which is Britt Baker for the majority, hasn't been booed much.
No,
so
she
it's like
gets a lot of cheers. Jade gets a lot of cheers, yes. I feel like too.
Yeah, so it's like the heels don't get booed, but Ruby Soho does. And then her promo after was so bad.
She tried.
She's like, I know everyone's mad, but
I don't blame her.
I really fought, but I don't. Just don't acknowledge it. Just don't acknowledge it. You just gotta do whatever your shtick was with Britt Baker. You should have just did it, because now it's like, no one cares about this.
She
match.
Acknowledged it, and they booed harder.
Yeah, I can't believe they did a rematch of the Grand Slam main event. Yeah. That was so subpar. Oh boy, it's just I don't get it. Chris Statlander, I think, is one of, if not their best. If we're not counting Joshi talent, who aren't always there.
Yeah.
Even if we are, she's one of their best in-ring women in the company.
Who, Chris?
No matter. Yeah, I think Chris is really good.
I think she's
figured herself out.
I completely agree. I think she's a talent that has the most improvement out of any of the women from the moment they entered the company to now. Chris has had the most improvement, probably, that I can think of. I think around the top of my back.
Well, she did give Britt Baker, I think, her best defense too on that random pay-per-view that I can't think of. Yeah, it happened.
That was Revolution, I believe. 2020 Revolution. I want to say.
Sure.
Really?
Maybe, I don't know.
I believe so. Maybe. Anyways, yeah. So, I like Chris. I think she's gotten better. I think this new style for her has made her a little bit better. Some new matches. We kind of all thought, maybe this stuff was going to happen.
It was all out.
All out. Oh, there we go. That makes sense.
By the way.
So either way, still excited for the show. Just additional stuff. We all knew Britt Baker was going to be in this. I mean, let's be realistic. I really feel like we're going to get Britt Baker versus Adam Cole winning both of theirs. I really feel like that is going to be the plan at this point.
I would actually be shocked if we did it.
Do we get a Johnny Wrestling and Candice LeRae after the post match? You think there's going to be a surprise? They haven't teased any surprises, but do you think we'll get a random surprise?
I think we'll get a surprise. They can't help themselves. I don't know what the surprise will be, but there's always one.
Usually every pay-per-view,
it could be them.
We get like an announcement
Perhaps
saying that
the King of Swing.
perhaps. Yeah,
We didn't
usually
get we did not get an announcement for the Swerve one.
the Swerve one.
They just when Swerve was announced, like a big free agent signing, and they did the whole shtick.
I thought they did.
They didn't. They didn't announce that one, nor did they announce Jay Lethal. But one of them is actually a star, and the other one's Jay Lethal. So
they were also on TV, I think, right?
What?
Were they TV? I don't remember.
No, Swerve was on pay-per-view.
Look, man, I don't remember when these people came in. There were so many people that came into this company all at the same time. It's like every week.
That's true.
Every single week.
That's true. It's been a while. It's been like a month.
It has been a while. Let us move on and let's talk about Stardom flashing champions.
I'm already tired.
I know, Scotty, I know. But you're going to wake up because we're going to talk about the promotion that you love, the promotion that we all love, with a show that has some of the best stuff I've seen in a bit. I thought maybe not the best stuff, but there was a lot of things that were great. A lot of things that are really, really good.
Yeah.
And a lot of things you definitely got to check out.
Best way to say it. I didn't think anything on this show was the best of Stardom this year, but the show itself might be in terms of an overall delivery of, great matches, great moments, blah, 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 blah. Like, that's kind of how I looked at it, but yeah, we can get into it. Like, none of the matches were like, wow, this is Stardom's match of the year or a match of the year contender. But we had some things get close. We had other matches that told great stories, and we have some hell of phenomenal challenges for the future that have me more excited than anything. So yeah, let's get to it.
Well, let's start off with the main event, the most exciting.
No, you don't start with the main event. But
that's
start with
Mark Henry told me to start with the main event.
Well, because the thing with Stardom pay-per-view, you start with the main event, then you're gonna have to end with Waka, and it's like, what are we doing here?
I'm sorry, Waka wasn't in the opening. The opening was a 6-woman tag match.
We don't have to talk about that.
Saya Ina Momokogo defeating Rina, Hina, and Ami Sarai.
Yeah, that's great. We'll start with the future of Stardom title match, because that much like a Stardom pay-per-view, you got to start off with a great 5-minute banger on the greatness of Hanan. That's what you got to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, I do want to say real quickly about that 6-woman tag match is that since it was sort of a bunch of people in that mini 5-star qualifying tournament series thing, it was nice because I feel like every single person was kind of just like trying even harder to showcase themselves. So I thought it was a good sort of match in that way. Yeah,
it was. Momokogo got a win, so that was cool.
I like Momokogo. I really enjoy Momokogo.
Very likable. She's obviously still green in some ways, but she does a lot of cool things. She has a good forearms, solid drop kick, does a 619, does a springboard drop kick. So, she got a cool thing there. She just gotta clean it up a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's in that tier of wrestler, right? So it's she got time.
She's still a junior wrestler.
Exactly. Future Stardom title match: Hanan defeated Raka in 5 minutes and 30 seconds.
Hanan. Hanan. Sorry, gets me amped every time.
I mean, do we come onto this podcast, Scotty, and say again how great Hanan is? I mean, do we?
I think we do. I think it has to happen.
I mean, have we done it I think we've done it every single show we've covered with
I think we have. Every time Stardom has a pay-per-view, I think we do. Mm-hmm. But to be fair, I'm going to give a lot of credit to another rookie, junior, or whatever, future star later. So it's only fair that we give credit to Hanan because she's kind of been the face of that division for a little bit now. You come to just expect these really fun opening matches. Obviously, they're not going to be, match of the year contenders. They're not going to be the best match on the show, but they do the job. They're really entertaining. They're a hell of a way to start off the card. Yep. It's free on YouTube if anyone wants to check it out, by the way. It's only like 5-minute match. And they're just really entertaining. And Hanan just gets it. She just gets it. She's going to be a really, really good talent. This is the, and I was going to say this later, but I'll just say it now. Stardom's like, obviously they're like this runaway train right now where no one's stopping them. Yeah. It's just not happening. And they're on fire. But the scariest part is like, if you look at all wrestling promotions, few promotions have as healthy and as exciting of a future as Stardom does with their talent. Like, it's incredible
with their core talent.
Yeah,
right. Because like New Japan's very exciting right now, but a lot of it is because the international people are coming in, where we all got super tired of their core talent. Stardom took that core talent and made it even more exciting.
Yeah, and then they have another batch of core talent, which are all still young, that are like, oh, well, they're going to be like main eventers and superstars. And we're not even talking about the Azumis and Starlight Kids of the world who are, like 20 and 19. We're talking about Hanan. We're talking about, Rena and all these other talents that in 5-10 years, they're going to be the ones at the helm. And they're going to continue this runaway train because I just don't see anything slowing down. That's great. But Hanan's going to lead the way.
Yeah, I also feel like Hanan has improved a lot between this match and her first match against Ruaka. Whereas
she's tried a lot of new stuff in that one.
She's improved so much where she's this is going to sound crazy maybe, but she has improved so much where before I thought it was a really good match between Ruaka and Hanan and when Hanan won the title. But now I thought the match was a little bit weaker because Hanan was so good that Ruaka looked a little bit worse, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I get you. I'm with you. Actually, 100%. Yeah.
But yeah, so very good match. Of course, Hanan wins. She ties Utami's record of 6 defenses. Yeah. It's a shame, though, because now after the match, we realized that she's just going to tap out and lose the title next go around. So
I can't stand you.
It stinks.
Inaba.
Yes.
Everyone's very excited. Inaba's if there was a talent that Stardom was going to sign in the future, obviously Just Tap Out's more of a kind of like a training company. It's not really like a company you just spend your life in.
Yeah.
Obviously, like Micah came from there for the people that don't know.
Shuri also came from there, right?
Shuri came from here, there, and everywhere. She was in the UFC. She's wrestled for a decade. Like, she's done everything.
I thought she was in Just Tap Out at some point, though.
She might have wrestled a match in Just Tap Out.
That might be true,
but
not thinking of.
My point, nonetheless. Inaba's great. That could be the best match of the reign, which is saying a lot. Should be the best match of the reign.
Stardom also announced 2 more shows upcoming in Nagoya, the 23rd and the 24th, Stardom and Showcase Volume 1, and Stardom Midsummer Champions. So get ready for that.
Yeah, I have no idea what this Showcase thing is. They didn't give me any information.
No,
so I'm just going to act like I don't know.
I'm just going to say and make a shoot out there guess. It's going to be like New Blood, but it's going to be instead of like new, younger talent, it's going to be like a bunch of
the crazy part is back-to-back days.
Back-to-back days, yes, in Nagoya. So that's gonna be interesting. That's definitely gonna be interesting. So we got Fighting in the Top, New Blood 3, Midsummer Champions, Stardom and Showcase Volume 1, and of course the 5-star all around the corner, baby. Opening up the show as well, we got a 6-woman tag match. Prominent Suzu Suzuki, Akane Fujita, and Moki Natsumi defeated Cosmic Angels, Mina Shirakawa, Unagi Sayaka, and Waka Tsukayama, with Suzu pinning Waka with a German suplex. I enjoyed this match greatly because I thought Waka impressed me a lot because a lot of this match was her just getting the shit kicked out of her. And so I thought she actually did pretty good. There was a move that Waka did that it was like she like kind of like picked up a person and then like spun them out in a weird way. I don't know how to describe it perfectly. But it was a very interesting move that I have not seen before that Waka did. That was very intriguing to me. But otherwise, she did a very innovator. Yeah, she's an innovator, truly. But she did a very good job in my part, in my viewing of, getting the shit kicked out of her. But she did a really good job of selling all that.
Waka's won everyone over.
Selling all that. It was probably more real than anything.
I was gonna say, yeah, getting her ass kicked. She posted a picture yesterday on Twitter with like her entire face like beaten to. Yeah, she's won everyone over. Like when she wins, whenever she wins, wherever she wins, it's gonna be a legitimately big moment. It's gonna be very cool. But yeah, the match was fun. Suzu,
right? Oh, I think Scotty froze. I think that's what just happened. Oh, is he there? Scotty, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh God, he froze. Do you want to leave the Zoom call and come back in, or do you want to call? Just
yeah,
say
that's
it's fine.
I'll leave and then come back.
All right. Do we have something? Oh wait, let me get rid of this. Nope, that's the wrong thing. Here we go. I'm still here. Hey yo. Yeah. So while Scotty's getting back in, there you go. He's back in. We're going to talk about next the high speed title match. Asme defeated Tekla in 7 minutes and 21 seconds with it says here numero uno. That's fun.
Yeah, that's her finish. That's her submission finish, the one that you like, where she just absolutely destroys a person's arm. Yeah,
I love it.
That's
what do you think of this
Ia's finisher in Dragon Gate, I believe. I think that's where she took it from. What I think about it, I thought it was very good. Tekla, yeah, she continues to be very good. This will be right there probably with her Mayu match for some as her best match. I thought Mayu's match
yes, Tekla, yes.
I thought Tekla's match with Mayu was still better.
Agreed.
It didn't get to that point that I wanted, but it was still a very solid high speed title match. Azumi's on another level right now. Tekla in that high speed. I really thought she was going to win, but I'm happy she didn't, because I think there's different ways to go. I think Azumi should keep that title as the bearer of that division right now, with all the new talent that are dipping in, obviously, as we saw after this. And I think Tekla can challenge for tag titles and challenge for all these other titles because she has that range. So I think it's actually beneficial to have Tekla lose.
Yeah.
And they had a really entertaining match because they're entertaining wrestlers. And Tekla did blame Great O'Khan for the loss, actually. She said, as soon as I saw him, I couldn't stop thinking of that picture that I saw on Twitter. So that's actually why I lost.
I mean, I agree with her. I completely agree with Tekla there. Yeah, no, I agree. She is sort of the Swiss Army knife so far, where she can kind of just do a lot of different things very well.
Yeah. She's like Natsupoi.
Yeah.
Natsupoi does the same.
And, for her first foray in this company in the high-speed division, I thought she did a fairly good job. There's just a very good job from her. There's nothing I really remember distinctly from it, but I just know that it was a very good job.
She's about to enter her 6th month with the company. Like that's how she's done so much already.
Yeah, she's been all over the place. The tag division, the high-speed division, the regular singles competition. So she's been everywhere. So I think she's doing a good job, and I think that is something that they need, another person like that. So I think that's completely a good thing for the high speed for Stardom. After the match, Momokogo answered Azume's open challenge. So it looks like we're gonna get Azume versus Momokogo next for the high speed title.
Yeah, Momokogo won't be winning. I won't see as much drama in that one as I did with this one.
But I'm very interested to see how Momokogo does. As someone that is intrigued by Momokogo, I am intrigued to see how she does in that title match. That's her biggest spot yet, right? So, you kind of want to see how that plays out. Next up, we got the SWA World Championship match. It was Mayu Iwatani, of course, from Japan, defending her title against anyone else not in Japan. And that is, of course, Fukigen Death, who is, of course, an alien.
Yes, of course. Very much an alien.
Was this match the best Fukigen Death match you've ever seen in your life?
As in that iteration of Kaori Oniyama, as in Fukigen Death?
Correct.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
This match is great.
Yeah. She the best part, because you never really know when she's fuking in death, obviously, is like, is she gonna embrace how good she is actually as a wrestler, or is she just gonna do a comedy?
Or on the reverse, Mayu was like, I'm gonna take a day off and just do comedy.
Yeah. And then she embraced how good she can be. She did a chaos theory roll through German, and it popped me out of my freaking seat at like 5 a.m. She then went for the moonsault, and the best part is they got a great picture where she's doing the death thing while doing the moonsault. She has her hands up like this, and I'm like, you're just, what a talent, what a legend. It was really entertaining, a lot of fun, pretty much all you could ask for from it, because obviously when you see Fukigen death, you're like, oh well, I don't expect, a great match here, even though she can put one on. And I thought we had a really entertaining, really fun match. Exactly what you want to start off the defense. It worked very well, and it was a good undercard match.
Yeah, I thought it was a fairly good. It was definitely like very much exceeded my expectations, and I think everyone can agree with that. Is that we were not expecting like, whoa, shit, we could get Death coming out here and pulling off like wicked ass chaos theories and moonsaults and all this shit. No one was expecting that. So very good job. That tombstone pile driver finish and moonsault felt like overkill, but it was great.
Hey,
I love it.
Sometimes Mayu just says death.
Fukigen death.
Yeah, sometimes she just gets pissed off and is like, oh, okay, you want to try? Yeah, here, boom, bam. Did she need to do more than the pile driver? Maybe not, but she did because she felt like it.
I don't blame her. Special tag match up next. It was the team name listed here is the White Knights. Is that true? We got the White Knights.
Yeah, that is the name that they came up with.
That's very interesting. Tam Nakano versus and Kairi defeated the team of Utami Hayashishia and Miyu Amasaki. What do you think about this match? What do you think of Miyu Amasaki in this match?
This match was great. I actually rewatched this match before going to bed last night because there was a lot of different pieces to it and where they were going with it. You have three titans. Okay, you have three titans of Stardom here. You have Kairi, an all-time great of the promotion. Obviously,
yep.
Her name is bigger than anyone's. You have Tam Nakano and Utami Hayashishida, who led the company last year in their biggest year yet, right, as the top champions. And then you have Miyu Amasaki, a wrestler who has under 20 matches to her name.
Yeah.
She is as rookie as can get. She debuted at New Blood 1 in the main event against Utami Hayashishida. Mm-hmm. She hasn't wrestled in a month. Mm-hmm. There are so many factors here. So many factors. But somehow, with three titans like that, the main story, the main star of this was Miyu Amasaki. They did their job to make the rookie feel like such a star just by surviving an onslaught that was almost ridiculous at times. And if you saw the video on Twitter, you know what I'm talking about. And obviously there is so much credit deserved for all three of them, especially Tam and Kairi, who did what they had to do to make her a star. But they even had Miyu fight back. Mm-hmm. They had Miyu show fire. Obviously, all of her moves aren't perfected yet. She's not supposed to be that good yet, move-wise. But she could take a beating, and she can show you have empathy for her. And that is how you create a star. She is going, they have this great picture that they took with Utami doing her pose and Miyu doing her pose, and it's like, wow, that's the present face of the company and potentially the future face of the company right there. Boom, boom. Because obviously Miyu Amasaki is going to be their star. They're not really holding back on it. She had to miss a month. And her match, while yes, it was Kyrie's return match, was also her return match in every respect. And it checked all the boxes. It checked all the boxes of where you wanted to, what you wanted to accomplish. Kyrie was fucking great again. This was maybe her best performance. I mean, she's only had 3 matches, but I thought this was her best overall performance of being Kyrie.
Setting up Kyrie versus Amasaki definitely made Kyrie look like a monster. Just like, oh shit, she's beating, and because it was a lot of just that idea of it very in the sense that it was very like Suzuki like in a way of like, I'm just gonna beat you down and you have to get up and just kind of I'm just gonna keep doing it.
It's funny because someone made a good point to me. It's like it's weird when Utami's the least important part of a match.
Well,
she did her job so well.
I was about to say is that she did a very good job, and what I did like about it is that the match positioned her in the way of like, well, she just got confirmed as the new leader of Queen's Quest, so do your best and showcase like you are helping Miyu kind of lead her through the match. I think that Utami did that role very well.
We got to see Utami and Kyrie face off for the first time ever. That was awesome. Utami has the rose and gives it to Kyrie, and she's like, "What the fuck is this? What are you doing? Get that out of here!" They fight. They wrestle a little. Tam and Utami do their crap, which is always great because they're throwing each other from one side of the ring to the other with German suplexes, and then it comes down to the Yamasaki, which you had the spinning backfest heard around the world. There was multiple people quote tweeting that tweet that I tweeted of just like sound on, and they were like, "I don't see any thigh slapping here." I was like, no, that was full contact. She didn't miss. And then Amasaki's just like dead perfectly because obviously that's how you would feel when you got hit by it.
I don't know what.
And then a great insane elbow.
I don't know what made a louder noise, that spinning back fist or the
kendo stick. The kendo stick. The kendo stick made more noise because that was more of like, oh my god, why did you do that? But this match was really good because it did the job exactly what you wanted it to do. It's so nice to have Kyrie back.
Very nice.
Another getting to remember that she's back. And after the match, the challenge was put down. Kyrie versus Utami is happening.
Yes, at some point, somewhere.
Don't know when, but it's going to happen.
Don't know when, don't know how, but eventually we'll get.
But that's all that matters because that is right now your biggest match. And after that, it's Julia versus Utami because we never get to see them do anything.
Next up, we have the goddesses. So here's the thing. So we had this conversation. It's a goddess. It's
goddess.
So that's what's confusing, is that I've also seen that it's called the artist singular of Stardom.
Yeah.
Why is that singular, but the other one's goddesses?
It's goddess.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Anyways,
cage match.
Cage match listed as the goddesses of Stardom and then the artists of Stardom titles.
I don't know, man.
That's what I'm talking about, man. I'm going crazy.
It sounds like you can pick whatever you want. Okay? Sure. You can pick whatever you want. Whatever makes you feel comfortable, Ryan. This is a safe space for you.
I appreciate that. We had the goddesses of Stardom title match. It was Hazuki and Kagama defending their titles against Julia and Mai Sakurai, with Kagama pinning Sakurai after diving body press.
It's actually Mini Hameka, thank you, because she looked just like her, but miniature.
She did. It looks like if you put a Honey, I Shrunk the Kid scenario on Hameka, you would have gotten Mai Sakurai.
Yeah, good look. She looked like a wrestler. She looked good. Good look.
It was the new hair, the new wardrobe, good makeover for Mai Sakurai.
This was Mai Sakurai's probable best match to be involved in to date. I mean, she looked competent in there. She didn't have any bad spots. I thought she did her job.
I think
a lot of it was focused.
New confidence that made her do a little.
Yeah, it was the first match where I watched it. I was like, wow, she didn't mess up, but she felt confident as she wrestled. Maybe the new look helped that. Being with Julia probably helps because Julia kind of radiates in terms of confidence. Like it's hard to not gain confidence.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it was focused on Hazuki and Julia because they just wanted to kill each other because of reasons, which fits the mold, right? Fits the mold. A lot of it was also about Koguma getting the win back because obviously the reason they have this match is because Mai Sakurai pinned Koguma. So yeah, match was good. Not gonna be the best defense of FWC's run, not the best tag team match of FWC's run, but probably one of, if not the best match of Mai Sakurai's run so far because obviously there isn't that many to pick from.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then obviously after the whole breakdown of the match, we got Julia and Hazuki just kind of slapping each other a little bit, getting ready, primed and ready for 5-star.
Yeah, I think Hazuki wanted to legitimately kill Julia. She just when they won, she was just like pissed the whole time. I was like, oh god, these two are gonna keep them away from each other, but also don't because we want the war, we want the fight. But yeah, soon they teased a lot of big matches on this show.
Yeah, this show, Flashing Champions was the kind of show where it was just sort of it was a stepping stone to new ideas, new matches.
The crazy idea with Flashing Champions is like everyone. I was talking to people about this. It's like
definitely a B show.
They didn't give away a single big match. They didn't give away a single one. I think of the major matches that they have in their arsenal, they didn't give away one, but they still had what a lot of people are calling their favorite show of the year from them. So that's just, again, credit to how deep their roster is.
Oh yeah, completely.
Oh yeah.
The Artist of Stardom title championship. It was Oedo Tai, Saki Kashima, Starlight Kid, and Momo Watanabe defeating the longtime reigning Maika Himika and Natsupoi, with Saki Kashima getting the pinfall over Natsupoi.
Yeah, it was a little predictable.
Yeah,
for me. Great match. The Natsupoi Maika Himeka reign was very good. I thought this was probably their best match. Saki Kashima had one of the best performances of her career, let alone of her year. She was awesome in this match and was really focused on her. So that was really cool. It was kind of like an emotional moment when she got to get a title because obviously she's been around for a very long time. She's had titles before, but her getting to get that belt, get that win for her team was really good. I've seen some people call this the best Artist match in a while. It's probably up there. It was really good. Really entertaining. Oedo Tai is hitting on all cylinders, and Saki getting the win was cool.
Yeah, it would definitely. When I was watching the match, you definitely they're doing the handing over the titles. I definitely got the sense of like I think we're changing hands here. It's very interesting. Saki Kashima, kind of built her up a little bit more in the Cinderella tournament. Got her into this spot here. We do a cup of coffee of Starlight Kid and Momo with the Goddesses of Stardom tag team titles, and then they group up as a team and win the Artists of Stardom after the long reigning Maika Himika and Natsupoi. What is it?
Mahime Boy.
Mahime Boy. There it is. So it is what is the shame about this whole match, Scotty, is that presumably the outfits for Maika Himika and Natsupoi will never be seen again. And that
they're gone.
And to me, that's the true shame is the specific tag team outfits for the three of them.
This is the first time DDM won't have titles in their factions since I think it's like 3 weeks into their time in Stardom.
Yeah,
that's a dynasty right there. Dynasty over.
Yeah, baby.
Because Shuri left.
Wonder of Stardom Championship match. Saya Kamitani defended her title against Mirai, of course, the Cinderella tournament winner. So Saya Kamitani successfully held off the tournament winner. Scotty, you predicted this be the case. Mirai not getting the win here, but what a match this was.
Boy, oh boy, did they make me think I was going to be wrong, though.
Oh, yep.
When Mirai hit her, I always forget what it's called, but the spinning driver that her finisher. When she hit her finisher, I was like, holy fuck. Okay. And then Saya kicked out. I was like, it was like that edge of your seat thing. You're like, oh boy, okay, here we go. It happened. But that was after, obviously, she missed the Phoenix Splash, and you're like, oh, she doesn't miss the Phoenix. If she misses the Phoenix Splash, she usually doesn't hit it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they made you believe. They made you believe the title's gonna change. Mirai just had the performance of her career so far.
Yeah.
Saya Kamatani continued what has been an undeniably great title reign. Yeah, you had that great single leg crab moment in the match where Mirai was just pleading and going and trying to reach and get out of it. It was Saya does a lot of crazy shit.
Yes.
But when she does the simple things like that, it's like, man, she's just really good. The drama was there.
Saya did that like Trent Beretta back bump on top of the turnbuckle thing that Trent does.
Oh yeah.
But she didn't take it as like an upper back bump. She like specifically took it on her head. I was like, Saya, what are you doing?
Yeah, that was terrifying. This match was very good. Very, very good. A great, just dramatic title match. It was the ending was correct because Saya has so many other matches in front of her, including the one that they set up that I've been waiting for. Mm-hmm. So it was a win all around. Everyone won. Mirai wins even without winning. It's another building block in her growth because she will get to that moment. But now she has these two major losses to her, and she'll have to balance back.
Yeah, you kind of mentioned and alluded to there is that the person after the match that challenged Saya Kamatani was Starlight Kid. So that match,
there might not be a better combo in terms of
I am so excited.
Chemistry.
So excited.
Like chemistry wise, the only thinking off the top of my head of matches, Shuri and Utami don't count. We're not talking about them. They don't count.
Yeah, that's a different level. The
only other chemistry that might be better that we've kind of seen a little bit might be where we're going in the World of Stardom title picture, just based off of what happened last year in a certain 5-star final. So it's like, fuck yeah, let's do this. This match is massive. This match is huge. Another dramatic match because I could truly see Starlight Kid get the dub.
Yeah, that it's a very interesting match because it's not only do you have like Starlight Kid, but you have a bunch of people in the wings. You have the White Knights, that their whole thing is because of the white belt. There's a lot of different, there's a lot of stuff. I don't know. There's always challenges for the red belt, but it feels like there's a lot of stuff happening surrounding the white belt, which is very
interesting. Can't wait. It's gonna be so good.
Yeah, I cannot wait. Starlight Kid and Saya Kamatani. That's a Ryan Knighty special right there. They're
gonna do some shit.
That's a circle on the calendar of like
I've seen people toss out match of the year contender already. It hasn't even happened yet.
No date announced.
They just need to stand in there.
Yeah,
and they can stare.
Yeah,
be done. Be like, all right, take my money.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. World of Stardom Championship match. Shuri defeating Risa Sera. We all kind of knew that by TKO.
The surprise that I saw out of a lot of people with how good this match was, I was like, well, I think a lot of people doubted what Risa Sera can do because obviously she's a deathmatch wrestler. That's kind of her shtick. But they played to their stipulations. That's what they did. Obviously, it's knockout or submission. Obviously, there's no count out. So how do you play to that? You have a very physical, very much enduring match where Shuri kind of has to survive the onslaught. And this is the first time you saw weakness in Shuri, really, I think, at all. The only weakness maybe was against Julia, but this was like, okay, we're going to brutalize Shuri. We're going to beat the crap out of Shuri, which doesn't happen a lot. And, you have the baseball swing around the world where Shuri's head gets drilled by the kendo stick after Risa Serra nails Daichi with the stick to get him out of the ring, the referee. And it's like, oh, I was so invested in this despite, obviously there's not a title change happening. I thought Risa Serra did great. I thought the match was great. I really loved it. Another feather in the cap of what I called I forget, maybe it wasn't for them, but either way. Oh no, that was for Stardom overall. I said their hat now looks like a peacock because they have so many feathers in the cap. But just fantastic work here. Just very physical. Exactly what I wanted it to be.
It was great. It was great
what was
stuff.
What was your face when the kendo stick thing happened?
Well, I saw the GIF on Twitter before I saw the match, but my face was still, ooh, yo, boy, man. I don't like it. It's not a chair shot to the head, but it's definitely not any better. Oh man, Shuri, why are we agreeing to these sort of things? It looked badass as hell, but holy shit,
Shuri's kind of crazy.
Kind of. She in the same match. She also did that new blood bump that she took.
Yeah, she did do that, didn't she? No, she really. Yeah, she didn't hold back. She didn't hold back.
Shuri, what are you doing, my girl?
She took a beating.
It was great.
Great show overall.
I thought this match was great. Just really, really great match. Shuri is just unstoppable, and I love Shuri so much. I'm kind of interested to see where we go from here. You
have your answer.
Oh, I guess we do have our answer. I don't know. I'm just sort of interested to see.
We have our first. Maybe the title could change.
Maybe the title could change.
This is the first time in the Shuri reign that we will legitimately have that thought.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the challenger is Momo Watanabe. Mm-hmm. The very excited Stardom fans, everyone just kind of were like, holy shit, it's happening. I said the same thing. I literally said, oh my God, it's happening.
I don't think it's going to change. Momo? No.
Probably not. No. I don't think it's changing. I think the 5-star winner is winning because obviously the 5-star person challenges for the belt, and you probably don't want to switch right before that. I'm just saying this is the first time we actually have someone that will add that drama to a match. I don't think the title changes, but it should be a great match because the final from last year's 5-star was one of my favorites of the year. So,
oh yeah,
can't wait.
Oh yeah, cannot wait for.
We can talk about Britt Rest.
Yes. Well, before we talk about Britt Rest, we're actually going to talk about I believe Boston Rest. I believe. No, it's not Boston. It's Illinois, Rosemont, Illinois Rest. Because we're going to be talking a little preview of next week's show, Hell in a Cell. WWE's Hell in a Cell at the Allstate Arena. Sold out show. Good job on them. You got to give them props for having a crappy...
Who's the draw? Who's the draw? It's not Roman Reigns.
It looks like the guy on top.
It's not Roman Reigns. It's the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
It could also be Seth freaking Rollins.
All right, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Come on now.
Yeah. So Hell in a Cell happening next week. They only have 4 matches announced so far, so I'm sure there's going to be more.
Are they all good?
Well, let's talk about it. First up, MVP and Omos versus Bobby Lashley.
They are not all good. Thank you for answering my question.
Who do you think's gonna win?
Not the fans.
Oh God.
What are we doing here?
I don't know, man. It's confusing. MVP and Omos versus Bobby Lashley. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing here with that. I don't know why. I cannot believe that this rivalry is still going on for 3 months.
Well, it's funny because didn't the match just happen? Because it's like, Bobby.
This match has happened twice. now
but
it's
didn't
a
it originally happen
match.
because of that?
What's that?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Didn't it originally happen because Bobby just needed a match?
At like WrestleMania, kind of, I guess. Yeah. It's just kind of.
And now it's still going.
Yeah, it's impossible. Kevin Owens versus Ezekiel will finally get the culmination of that feud. Kevin Owens versus Ezekiel, of course, feuding over whether or not it's actually Elias or actually his brother Ezekiel. So you never know.
Okay.
No thoughts on Kevin Owens?
Ezekiel will win. Great. Awesome.
Yeah,
Happy Ultimate Warrior 2.0 is going to win. How do they have him dressed? He's probably not as bad of a person.
WWE Raw Women's Title match. Of course, this match was probably going to be Naomi versus Bianca Belair, but instead it's now.
It's better.
Bianca
Belair. I didn't say that.
You're getting canceled, my friend. It's better probably because.
Am I getting canceled? I'm just talking about match.
I don't think you're gonna. I don't think most people disagree with by saying that Bianca Belair versus Naomi is a little bit worse than Bianca Belair versus Becky versus Asuka. I don't think that's a crazy opinion.
No, I don't think so either.
But that's what we're getting: Bianca versus Becky versus Asuka. Of course, this came about when Asuka and Becky Lynch, because that 6-pack challenge didn't happen. Becky Lynch and Asuka ended up having a number one contenders match of Asuka winning. Then the next week, Becky Lynch had another match of Asuka where if
that's how the end of that match happened. It's hilarious.
If Becky Lynch won that match, then she gets added, and so really made the whole situation null and void. But there we go, triple threat. Should be good.
Yay. Yeah, it should be good. If WWE does like 1, 2, 3, maybe like 3 things right, and usually multi-man matches are one of the things. Multi-woman matches, multi-person matches. So yeah, it should be good. Bianca wins, obviously.
Yeah. I don't think we'll get anything differently there. And of course, the big money drawing match here, Hell in a Cell match. Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, 3 now happening in the cell.
Someone's listening to our show.
I know. I saw that. Jason Hodge, shout out. So we all expected Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins 3 to be happening. Some people thought that they would have done the Cody Rhodes WWEism, the WWE booking of having him lose the second match. Instead, Cody Rhodes won. Seth Rollins still wants the win. And now we're getting it. Does Seth finally get that win over Cody? Or does Cody beat him out 3 in a row and then move on to some other schmuck?
I think Cody beats him. I do. I think Cody beats him. I think Cody. It's Hell in a Cell, so you got to finish the feud here. I think it'll be a great match. I think their first 2 matches have been really good. And I think they'll be able to figure out the Hell in a Cell thing. I wonder if Cody's going to be able to keep himself from trying to bleed, though. Because, Mr. I need to bleed in every single one of my matches. It's not allowed, but he might, they're kind of just saying yes to everything Cody does. They have a damn timer on when he's showing up nowadays. So he might be able to get really whatever he wants. If that's the case, then congratulations to him. Should be a great match. Cody wins. Good main event for this show, I think.
Oh, yeah. Definitely should be good. If there's ever going to be blood in this feud, it's going to be now. Should be good. What do you expect in these sort of matches? How do you book these sort of matches? I just think it's going to be good. There's going to be
if they get to the level of Edge versus Rollins last year in their steel cage, then it's a job well done.
I think it's possible. I mean, it's Hell in a Cell match. I mean,
and Cody's a better wrestler now than Edge was at that time. So,
yeah. He's selling out pay-per-views, unlike Edge.
Damn right. The Judgment Day ain't selling out shit. All they're doing is making me shut the TV off.
Dang.
Just kidding. I never turned it on for Raw anyways.
Anyways, I guess that's our Hell in a Cell preview.
You're welcome.
Did you know that I didn't realize when we were like prepping the show and everything, and I was like, oh, let me grab the card from WWE.com, just because Cage Match doesn't really update. So I was like, let me get the most updated one. I saw there that there's also a takeover happening this Saturday, NXT in your house this Saturday as well. Not going to preview it, but just kind of want to talk about how in the dirt NXT is, and I had literally no clue. I don't think I've seen a single graphic for it online. Zero idea that NXT had a show this Saturday. It was the hottest thing year and a half, 2 years ago, and now it's like I don't even know what's happening. I've never heard these shows once. It's insane.
Yeah, NXT's trash. It's trash. It's bad. They've ruined a lot of good from it, obviously. I will say, I don't really watch it anymore. I did try to watch NXT 2.0 for a good while there, but they got some talents. Hey, they got some talents down there. Whether it be a couple indie stars remaining or the athletes that they're working with to become stars. Like you got the Braun Breakers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think Tiffany Stratton's pretty good. I really have no fucking clue who she is. I just know she's like, I don't know if she's Daddy's Girl anymore.
Not
I just remember that was
really.
her gimmick.
I believe now
she's
she's sort of semi-dating Grayson Waller.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. Well, she's pretty solid for someone that has wrestled probably 10 matches in her career. I think she's facing Roxy in the main the finals of the breakout tournament that they're doing. I think she's called Roxanne Perez now.
Yep.
But there's something I think that I might watch that match. I don't know when it's happening, but I might watch it. But yeah, NXT is in the mud, in the fucking mud. Though the matches that no, Joe Gacy's in it.
Yeah,
knock off Bray Wyatt's ass.
It was Joe Gacy versus Braun Breaker.
Cameron Grimes versus Carmelo Hayes, right?
Yep, that should be good.
That's not bad.
And then Pretty Deadly versus the Creeds.
Oh, that could be good too. The Creeds are like so unorganized in their matches that they're really good.
Yeah.
They have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah.
But it's so intense that it's like, yeah, this fucking rules.
Yeah. It's a shame.
I have no idea who Pretty Deadly are still, but I just know that they've had tag team titles in both NXT promotions now.
Yeah. Pretty Deadly are a team. And they're
pretty.
It's just really, it's just, maybe I do want MJF in WWE so I can care about this group anymore. I don't know, man. I don't know anymore.
No, I just. How did you not take my sell on the? All right, moving on. Rev Pro, Epic Encounter.
Yeah, Rev Pro Epic Encounter. Show happened last Sunday or last Monday, I believe, and then
they did not have an Epic Encounter like we all hoped.
No, there were a couple things that ended up happening that the Epic Encounter-ness didn't really happen. Jeff Cobb couldn't make it. He was able to make it to Las Vegas, so I don't know. And then, of course, Will Ospreay suffering from a kidney issue. I don't remember if it was an infection or not.
Viva Las Vegas. Sorry.
So a little bit of a situation there with Will Ospreay. So hopefully he gets better and he can recover. He's missing a bunch of bookings, so that stinks. But hopefully he gets better. Want to talk about Rev Pro?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we start off the show with the Rev Pro Undisputed British Cruiserweight Championship match. Michael Oku versus Connor Mills, tag team partners. I
watched this. Good.
Were you unsure?
I didn't watch the whole show.
Oh, well, how much of the show do you see?
I watched 5 matches.
Okay. Did you watch the main
One
event?
second, I'm scrolling. I'm
All
scrolling
right.
as we speak.
All right. Well, basically, I'll talk about it first. Very good opening match between Mills and Oku. Of course, Oku, ended up having the main event match against Suzuki as well. I like the main event match more. I thought Suzuki and Oku worked better together than, weirdly enough, tag team partners Mills and Oku. I thought the match was good. There was a lot of insane crap that they did, which was very exciting. But I didn't fully get invested into this match. A little too long for me personally, but otherwise I thought it was very good. It was a very good match all around between Mills and Oku. Scotty, what do you think of it?
Kind of felt like an indie fuck match.
At times, right?
Yeah, they just did a lot of stuff. None of it had a lot of quality to it or like meaning.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, it was a good match, but meh. Like I didn't fully invest myself in it.
Yeah, it's just the whole thing of just kind of doing everything. There wasn't really much putting it all together that I feel like.
Yeah,
but otherwise,
but it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It was it's pretty good. Otherwise, like I said, a lot of insane crap in this match that the two men did.
Who doesn't love them some insane crap?
Yeah, a lot of Fosbury flops, 450 splashes.
The only person I want to see do a Fosbury flop this past week was Ace Austin, baby.
Mm-hmm.
My God. Sorry, we're not there yet.
Not yet. And then after the match, Mills snubbed off a handshake. Kind of like, maybe dissolution of the tag team. Eventually, we did see that they're still a team together, so that's all good. We got a big old 8-man tag match. Lycos Jim, Kid Lycos, and Kid Lycos 2 teaming up with Charlie Sterling and Nick Riley of the Smoking Aces against Shota Umino, Yota Tsuji, who are kind of a team in here, and the Rev Pro Tag Team Champion Sunshine Machine, Chuck Mambo, and TK Cooper.
They're teaming in their tag league thing.
Yeah, this is sort of a Rev Pro British Tag League preview, Great British Tag League preview, with all 4 of these teams going to be in the tournament. And of course, it was all about, hey, can they all get along before the tournament? And the answer was no.
I did not watch it.
It was a pretty good match. A lot of fun stuff between all guys. The match devolved, however, when I believe it was TK Cooper and Shota Umino sort of getting angry at each other. They started butting heads. I believe it was when at some point TK Cooper gets blinded by something. I don't remember what it was, but then TK Cooper, because he's blinded, accidentally headbutts Yota Tsuji, which, then creates Shota to come in and be like, what the hell, man? TK Cooper's trying to apologizing. They end up getting in a shoving match. Shota's like, screw this. German suplexes the guy. Mambo then gets a spinning face buster from Shota. Or I believe he gets something. Either way, eventually, Shota, Umino, and Yota Tsuji leave the ring, head to the back. It's just Sunshine Machine against 4 other guys. And they do a good job of trying to stay in it, but ultimately don't, and they lose. So it's a bunch of that nonsense. So yeah, a lot of great British Tag League previews. Pretty good match. Anyways, moving on. Aaron Henare versus Ricky Knight Jr.
I did not watch this.
All right. Well, it was a good match. I thought Henare looked pretty good here. Ricky Knight Jr. He's very good. RKJ, Ricky Knight Jr. He's very good. Everything is he's coming along still, but he is very good, and he has a lot of prospect isms in him. So definitely be on the lookout for Ricky Knight Jr. down the stretch. Moving on. Robbie X versus Luke Jacobs. Did you watch this one, Scotty?
No.
What did you watch on this show?
I think I watched the rest of the show.
God damn it.
After this.
Well, this match was actually really good, and this was one of my favorite matches on the entire show. Robbie X. This is the best Robbie X I've ever seen. The guy looks great. He's got himself in great shape. He's figured out sort of the acne situation, which, as a guy that, had to figure out their own acne situation, I respect. It's a hard game to play. So good job, Robbie X, on that.
It's all about the game and how you play it.
Luke Jacobs during this match gave me big Walter vibes. So
all right, that's enough. That's enough. No. You don't just toss out. You don't just toss Gunther's name out there like that.
I didn't toss out Gunther's name. I tossed out Walter.
That's Gunther, buddy. That's as Gunther as can be.
Not to me, man. Not to me.
It's real to me, damn it.
But yeah, very good match here. Highly, to me, this is the match I'll be like, if you're going to see a match, definitely watch this match. It's very, very, very good.
Maybe I don't wanna.
It was very much like if you watched 10 years ago, if you watched like Pac versus Walter 10 years ago, maybe.
Wow.
That's what it kind of felt like.
I was gonna say that's high remarks, but then you said 10 years ago. I was like,
well, not now, not now. That's what I mean. Because Robbie X is very flippy and does a lot of that old school Pac flippiness, that he used to do. So Pac doesn't really do that now. So
didn't wrestle.
Yes. Then we got Dan Maloney showing up. Surprisingly,
this match. My guy is back.
He was not expecting him to be in the match. He says he's the best guy in the ring. Wants to make everybody thinks that he's better than everybody else. I guess. He wanted his own epic encounter against Minoru Suzuki, but of course he gets interrupted by a returning Gabriel Kidd sporting a new hairdo. What'd you think about this match and Gabriel Kidd's return to wrestling?
I think Gabe Kidd's so good. He's so good. He gets the little things. Happy he's back because obviously, he had to fight the demons, all that stuff. He had to leave, and he had to leave when he was really felt like he was on top of his game, like he was really getting there. And I thought this was a great reintroduction for him. Obviously, I would have liked his reintroduction to be in a New Japan ring, but really enjoyed this. I don't think I've ever seen Maloney wrestle before, so I thought he impressed me. Really enjoyed the match. I'm just happy Gabriel Kidd's back.
Yeah, very happy. I hope he is returning not just to return, but returning with a head on his shoulders. You know what I mean. I don't want to. You never want to see people like leaving on and off because of those sort of mental health struggles, right? Or whatever other struggles people go through. And it's tough as a fan of somebody to stay with them. And there's a person coming up that we kind of had that issue with before.
I was gonna say, I was like, the next match is kind of like the person you instantly think of when talking about this.
Yeah, the same thing of Leo Rush is another guy I put up there. Just like kind of like leaving
Poor
back
Leo
and
got
forth.
hurt, okay.
Oh, I know, but I'm sick of tired of being like, I'm retiring. It's like, God damn it, man.
Okay, yeah, the retiring thing's a little extreme.
It's like, oh, God, just settle down. But yeah, very good. I hope he is here to stay. I hope he's figured everything out mental health wise. This was a good match, good starter match to return. So hopefully we get some more stuff. And he did that belt motion Gabriel Kidd did after he won.
Well, he was supposed to be facing Ospreay at one time.
That is
Remember
true.
They did that challenge and then he left, so it never happened.
That is true.
So give me that match.
Yeah, that's definitely a match that I think will happen at some point.
Ospreay, by the way, everybody did not wrestle on the show, obviously, because of kidney infection.
Yes. Rev Pro Undisputed British Women's Title match. Kylie Ray versus Alex Windsor, with Alex Windsor getting the win. So this was the Euro debut for Kylie Ray. What'd you think of her in this environment?
I always forgot how much I enjoy her as a wrestler because I don't see her on NWA because
Are you telling me you're not going to watch Ginks the Gimp or whatever his name is?
Oh! What?
There's a wrestler on the roster. His character is a gimp.
Oh Jesus! No, I'm not gonna watch that. What I am gonna say,
give me a second. I'll look it up.
I thought this was one of the better non-Joshi women's matches I've seen this year. Not at the top quality, per se. It wasn't a Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair or a Charlotte versus Ronda from what was that pay-per-view? WrestleMania Backlash. Wasn't like that level.
Yes.
It wasn't that level, but I thought this was very solid. Alex Winter's very good.
Yep.
I've been told about that for a while. This is the second match I've seen her in. The other one was against TJPW Shoko Nakajima.
Mm-hmm.
She's really solid. Someone that I will definitely check out more matches of. And Kylie's still very good.
I am going to
such a great baby face too, by the way.
Yes. I'm going to how am I going to do this, Mason? Can I DM you this?
I don't know what you're trying to do, so
I'm trying to send you a picture of Gags the Gimp. Gags.
I'm so happy that
Gags the Gimp, folks.
You know what you should do? You should talk about the match, and we should stop talking about Gags the Gimp because no one cares about Gags.
I guess.
Oh no, I'm gonna sneeze.
So yes, this match is very good. I thought Kylie Ray looked really great here. Love her to come back in the Rev Pro as well. Alex Windsor, she did a good job. She did a much better job in this match, I thought, than she did in Charlie Evans' match, which I was hoping would be a little bit better. But I think Alex Windsor is coming off an injury. She's still young, so she's still getting better. So I think this was a good person. Kylie Ray is very, very good, very, very great. It
frustrates me how much I don't get to see her wrestle.
It does. But it's like when you see her, she is someone that we talk about this sometimes with other wrestlers. That she is someone that I believe elevates other people to a higher standard of wrestling. And so that is someone that you would love to have on your roster. And obviously, other issues have done that. But hopefully, it does seem like, based on her Twitter presence, that Kylie Ray has gotten through that alcohol, substance abuse stuff. So it looks like she's gotten through that. So hopefully, she continues fighting that, and hopefully, she can. Maybe she'll sign a contract somewhere. That'd be fun. I would love that.
Yeah, that is an NWA.
That is an NWA.
Supposedly, she wants to wrestle Deanna soon.
On Impact?
I don't know on Impact, but to make up for that match that never happened forever ago.
Yes. Yes. That match that happened forever
ago. Yes. Just turned to Paul Bearer over here. Maybe Paul Bearer? I don't know.
Matt Hardy?
Yeah, that's the one.
What do you think?
I'm thinking of I meant Matt Hardy, like when I said it, but Paul Bearer also does the whatever. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
I'm telling myself to shut the fuck up, by the way. Just wanna preface that. I wasn't saying that to Ryan, I'm saying that to myself. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Did you click on the DM?
Oh shit, I forgot about the GIMP.
How could you? How could you ever forget? So I texted you.
Send me.
I texted. It was a Discord from Discord, so I just sent you that. That was a real graphic for an NWA match.
You know what's sad? I thought Sal the Pal was actually the GIMP.
No,
he was exactly what I expected to look.
No, that's Sal Renaro, ROH legend Sal Renaro, against Gags the Gimp. Anyways, moving on.
NWA should get canceled.
What is Dexter Loomis showing up in NWA?
Oh, Jesus.
Aussie Open versus the Velocities, right? Jude London, Paris da Silva. Australian match of the year in 2021. Scotty, is this match of the year for you?
Is it match of the year for me? No, it's not the match of the year for me, but it was fucking awesome. I mean, these two teams are they go together like bread and butter. They go together like PB&J. They go together like a coffee on a Sunday morning. Mm-hmm. They go together like
the Hardys and the Young Bucks.
Like the heart. Well, we'll see. They go together like Andrade and Charlotte. Shout out to them. They just got married. Mm-hmm. They go together great. Just insanity, right? From start to finish. It's what they what these two teams create in the ring is special. I thought their match last year was better. Maybe, I don't know. This was great. It was great. Not tag team match of the year because FTR and the Briscoes made sure there's no one taking that over, but really fucking good. A match that everyone should go out of their way to see. Obviously, if you wanted a match from the show to do that, it's this one by far. Aussie Open, top 5 tag team in the world. The world, to the point of they're probably the best unknown tag team because they're still very unknown for a lot of people. Obviously, they're in New Japan now, but they haven't had a real tag team match yet.
No, and not in New Japan. Well, the last actual tag team match they had in New Japan was back in like 2017, 2018, 2019.
Yeah, they weren't this good yet.
Against God. So
you got to do like Aussie Open versus... Man, their tag teams stink.
You're talking about New Japan?
Yeah.
Well, obviously they have to challenge for the titles. So that, of course.
Well, yeah, they got to win the titles.
Well, they have to win the titles, and that means we're going to see Aussie Open versus Chase Owens and Bad Luck Fale.
If you think Chase Owens and Bad Luck Fale are going to have the titles by the time that happens, you're insane.
You're just, I get, like, are we like an anti-Bullet Club podcast, but a Hot Boy Summer sort of podcast?
We're absolutely a Hot Boy Summer. I'm not an anti-Bullet Club podcast. I'm an anti-Chase Owens. And Bad Luck Fale. I don't have anything against Bad Luck Fale, though.
Just start naming other names on Bullet Club. I guess that guy too.
Well, when you say it and I think about it, I'm like, wow, there's a lot of people in Bullet Club I don't like. I don't like Chase Owens. I don't have anything against Bad Luck Fale, but I don't necessarily need to see his matches. I'm not a big El Phantasmo guy.
What about Rock Hard Juice?
I like Rock Hard Juice. Right. I like Rock Hard Juice. I love Jay. Yeah. Ishimori's cool. And I love nope, that's it. Well, no, I love the House of Torture and Kenta. I love Kenta.
Yeah.
I love them. I love Hot Boy Summer.
Did my screen just for you?